Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of DWK Live.
I'm like, what?
I asked you guys if we were ready, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm ready." And then I said, "Okay, I think that is a okay, cool." And you're
Chef's
like,
distracted.
Yeah, we're ready. Distracted. Hello, audience. I am your host, John O'Dara, and with me, as always, is the very illustrious, the very sensual and sultry Miss Rebecca.
I thought for sure it was gonna be Chef. I thought for sure shit. Hello, everyone. Hello.
He did it opposite just because. Yeah.
And as always, the very mysterious, deep voiced, sexy motherfucker himself, Mr. Shep.
And sometimes what enigmatic? Yeah.
Good
evening, everyone.
There's another word I can't say. Cool.
Oh my
and
god,
of course,
pulling out the big words.
Of course, we cannot forget our awesome audience. I'm going to say hello to everyone who has said hey in the chat. Hey, Moonhouse. Hey, Mama Boo. Hey, Buttercup. Hey, Tinkerspell. Hey, Kagome. I'm M15H Bones. Hey. How are you doing tonight? Of course, you know, this is unlike our audio podcast. This is very community driven.
Yes.
So you audience, you guys are just as much a part of this as we are. But we're here to talk about some kinks, some dinks, and some kinks. How are you two doing tonight?
I'm good.
Shep and Rebecca, well. How are y'all doing tonight?
Doing well. I was just about to say after my mouthful of food there. Bones is another one that's got one of those contenders for the big, huge, graceful beards as well.
Bones? Oh, so you know Bones.
I do.
M15 Bones. 15 H-bones. What is an H-bone?
I don't know the name, the reason or the meaning behind the name itself, but yeah. I know
Well, you know what? We can ask him. What's up with your name,
is it Morning Boner?
Morning Bones.
AM 15-hour bones?
So,
I don't know. Now that's fun. Beard
guys, we just got
candy.
done recording a very fun episode.
It was mind blowing.
Amish.
It was mind blowing.
Amish bones. It's not M15H bones. It's Amish bones. We're idiots. We are absolutely
not. There is no. We're not idiots.
The episode that we recorded right before this one, that comes out tomorrow, is all about mind control. That's your only hint. We're going to be it's very hypnotic.
That's not a hint. That's telling them exactly what it was.
Well, no, I'm not going to tell them what was in the episode. We did a lot of fun stuff in the episode.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But tonight, we're going to a party. We're doing it. We're partying up. You guys ready to party?
Yeah, I am ready to party. I'm excited about this. I don't. Okay.
D-A-Y.
Let's go.
D-U-R-D-A-Y. That's my party song.
I don't like any episodes where I'm more in the spotlight. No.
You're not gonna be that much
in the spotlight.
You actually went to a kink party last weekend, so we want to ask you questions.
I guess I did.
And yeah, so just keep drinking your drink and give us things. Of course, I'm drinking tonight because it is a party, and no party is complete without banana bread beer. So good, so strong. All right. So those of you who don't know, a kink party is essentially a party with kinks where you can go and participate in various forms of kink with people you either came with or meet there. I mean, hopefully you came with everyone.
Yes. That was like the greatest thing about that one is it was unintentional. It was fucking amazing.
And Shep didn't even miss a fucking beat. He got it.
We all were like, sorry.
But they're absolutely a safe place because, a lot of people cannot practice kink at home because, parent life is a thing. Privacy may be at a minimal, or, you have roommates and you don't want to be getting freaky in your living room. I'm sorry about last week, Shep, when I was like nudie in the kitchen. I apologize. So these kink parties are a great place to go and experience kink with other like-minded individuals.
I thought I've drinking enough alcohol to get that memory out of my head, but now you've made me have to drink more.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I mean, okay.
I have never been to an official kink party, as it were. Like, I have been to purgatories.
Well, you want me to tell the audience like how this whole thing started, how this whole subject started?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shep was sending us pictures because he was going to a sex party, and he also was dungeon master. He had told us that he was going to dungeon master for a little bit, and so I, being the nerd that I am, I always know what like a dungeon. I'm like, I don't like what. I know that there is one. I know that that's a thing, but I was like, what do you do? I've never been to one. How do you set a party up? I was like, I honestly, that is something I've never done that I've sort of wanted like to do, but I've never done one. What does a dungeon master do? What is their responsibility? How do you set up a party? How do you find a party? Like, what is this thing? Like, how do you, I didn't know. And so like, John was like, can we put that on pause? And this was all on happy hour. And then John was like, let's put this on pause and put it on Friday. And I went, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, we were getting dangerously close to not being Dinks with Kinks light, but just a full episode of Dinks with Kinks. And I was like, no, put a pin in it. We actually have a show now where we can talk about Dinks with Kinks. So we're going to have to find new subject matter for Monday. It can't be Dinks or Kinks Light anymore. Well, I guess it can be. We just have to be sillier with it. Don't give me that
It is.
face. We can do.
You know what? It is my channel and it is my show, and we will talk whatever the hell I want to talk about. And if I want to talk about it, we will. Because I'm cute. Love you.
So go ahead, Shep. Give us a rundown of.
Hey, Rebecca,
Yes.
who's our special girl?
Aw, shut up. All right,
Who's our
fine.
special
I'll
girl?
behave.
And guys, also
Did I
audience.
ever say that?
I know. I see. I love
don't like it
questions
when you
just now.
behave.
It is the
When
Rude
did I
Show
say
on
behave?
Monday. You damn right can go me.
That is true.
Yeah, but this is a Rebecca
Uh,
show, so I gotta bow out.
No, you
No,
gotta
no,
amp
you
it up.
absolutely
Actually,
you have
I
to bow
mean,
in. Yeah,
this is
you're
more
a
of
main
the-
cast.
Bow down? I feel like that's more the appropriate. I gotta bow down. I feel like that's the more appropriate response.
well, I
Oh
mean,
yeah, dare. Oh yeah,
Oh,
dare. You betcha.
Okay.
only
So
only if you're
I.
feeling it. I mean, you know.
Okay. But I was super curious because I'd never been to a party. I've always wanted to go, but I'm like, how do you find these parties? And what are the rules? And I don't know. Like, do you just get a whole bunch of group of friends together and just be like, let's just take our clothes off and get freaky? Like, is that how this works? Or
Mm, back in
And
the
then
old
after
school
he answers
days,
that,
when there was lots of party chemicals floating around the places, yes, that's usually how you did it. There was more relaxed times back then. But
more relaxed.
before I get too many of the details, we have a redeemed points there in the chat, so
Of the few ones that we have with Dinks and Kinks, we have a little bit of praise.
get that praise.
And I think no one deserves it more than little Miss Kangome, who makes us all very proud of her for how forthcoming she has been with this community. And just
she's awesome.
I'm loving it. I'm loving how she's coming into her own as a Kinkster. She follows us on many streams, and we're proud of you. You're such a good little girl.
Hey,
The
good
best
going.
little girl ever.
Hey,
Thank
good
you.
going. You should sometime step up to my cross, and I will praise you greatly with some leather floggers. Greatly.
Now, even that excites me.
And also, good song reference, Mama Boo. Good song reference. Now I got it in my
Ooh,
head. That's a
yes.
good song to have in my head too.
I like Amish Bones knows how to host a sex party. No, Shep.
Wow.
You're not wrong, Amish Bones. You're not wrong because you can't really have a kink party without a Shep.
No. First and foremost, I am a good
You're a good boy.
facilitator of actions within parties and stuff. I am not, nor never will be, a good party planner, organizer, and/or advertiser. That's why I
That's
loved.
usually where I come in.
That's where I loved the Purgatory, because I wouldn't have to organize, advertise, or anything else. I just go to my corner. The bodies step up. I please the bodies, and the bodies slowly step down.
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyways, for these types of parties in this modern age, the setup is where all the work happens, because unfortunately we have the parties that I sometimes go to are more sexual emphasis in nature, in its various explorations and entertainings and such, with the addition of the fetish dungeon and such. And that's where I usually dwell and come into play. But as far as the prep work and stuff, there's a lot into it, because you really have to make sure that the atmosphere is always a safe, very open and accepting one. So unless you know every particular person on that list like intimately, like for years, everybody's happy with everybody, you do want to do some, as they call it, vetting, meeting people outside first, making sure that everything and everyone jives well with the attitudes, and especially with possessiveness or jealousy, these kind of parties, you really can't have those emotions or let them be exposed in these scenarios, especially the more sexually focused parties, because it involves a lot of sexual releases and freedoms and scenarios, sharing of people, or just accepting of everyone in any form that they are in them. So vetting is important, for the protection of the host. Never, ever, ever be afraid to actually have waivers to be signed. Because
Liability
again,
waivers are
Mm.
yes. And I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even have them as optional. I would always have them as a requirement. Again, unless this is a very small, very intimate, years of long term friendship, known people, it's not only for the host safety and the premises, but also the individual as well.
hmm
Because,
and
or just saying, when you know, when you going into this party, when you know that everyone else there has, accepted the rules, signed the waivers, and everything else, then that hopefully adds a level of um, calm to you, or a feeling of safety that all these measures have been taken, again, not only for the host, but for each individual as well.
absolutely. And the one thing I suggest with these parties and all that is me and Shep attend an event called Purgatory, which happens in Charlotte about every 2 months. It is not a very sexually driven event, even though there are like BDSM displays where you can get flogged by Shep. You can experience various forms of BDSM through professional DOMs like Shep. We have like soft play, wax play, all kinds of play there that you can sign up for and experience. But it's in a very public setting. There is no past the point of like actual genital satisfaction. There's no sex, so it is a very it's a much more what's going to say mainstream experience, and thus like a little a bit bigger uh like like King Party Light almost, I would imagine. So it's a good introductory place before you go to an unknown location because what are you shaking your head?
The chat.
Oh, Shep's voice is really relaxing.
Mm.
Yep, yeah, definitely. Your voice is just the most soothing voice in the world. I could fall asleep to you talking in the best way possible. Like if you told me bedtime stories, I would pay for Shep's bedtime stories. Just
And I'm still learning about the concept of this ASMR that I've just started to hear recently too.
you
I
do. You
wonder
have an
now,
amazing
should
voice.
I have a Shep ASMR thing?
Yes. Let's go ahead and get a resounding yes from the chat. If you just all you have to do is type yes in the chat for Shep doing ASMR, just him talking,
Well, somebody
and
can
I
educate
guarantee,
me on them and what ones I should do. Maybe I will. Just like
absolutely.
with Rebecca and her sexy hotline voice time. See, we should
Oh,
both
nobody
do
wants that.
a dual channel there. You know.
We're good.
The entire audience is a
Yeah, see, Shep, you're good.
yep,
You're good as a
yeah,
standalone.
resounding yes,
Around resounding yes, good as a
a
standalone.
resounding
See, there
yes.
you go.
Mm.
Uh, Purgatory is in fact starting back up again. I can't tell you an exact date because I have been sworn to secrecy, but I could tell you right now, we are in the midst of planning both the return of Partial Nudity, which is Purgatory Light, and Purgatory, which is Purgatory, which is the King Party Light, which is a great place to meet people, get to know people in a very public setting, to go to these kink parties. So you're not going into one alone. But I promise you, Purgatory is in fact coming back. We are working on that right now. I literally had a meeting about it yesterday afternoon. Very fun meeting. And by afternoon, I mean like at 1 a.m. because that's when Torch, who runs them, likes to message me.
But oh, back to the prep a little bit. So when it comes to identifying a good and well set up, safe uh, party like this, especially ones more sexual, to where in the main room it's clothing required, but any other room you venture to, it's clothing optional, complete clothing optional. If you're invited to a party like this and they don't have pre-vetting or you know, any kind of these other safety measures in place, I personally would be concerned about the safety of that atmosphere.
I
Okay.
would too. Moonhouse Purgatory is a public event. It is ticketed though. It is like you literally buy a ticket like you would buy to any event. Uh, it's nylon. So yeah, you can buy tickets to it, and VIP access gets you to all the VIP gets you to Shep. Shep is the king of the VIP, and I am one of the planners and promoters and the entire art department.
Plus, it does give you a
Ooh.
nice view. Since you get upstairs, you can see down into the audience, into the stage and stuff. It's so.
And when
Do
tickets
you?
go on sale, I will announce it. I promise. It probably won't sell out.
Yeah,
Probably.
we're in still that hazy stage of public events, so and people being weary of them. So yeah, probably wouldn't sell out this first go around back.
Yeah,
But one never
possibly. But
knows.
we have sold them out before. Uh, I've never been to an actual kink party that wasn't a purgatory. I feel okay. So here's the real big secret about me is I love the atmosphere, but I have no idea what to do if I'm at one. Like I would just be holding two objects, just like I.
Whose
I'm
objects
here.
would they be?
I mean, give me two dicks. Just put two penis in my hand. I'm just like I walk around holding dildos. And be like, I don't know what to be doing with these. I just needed something to do with my hands. Um, because like I like the networking of it and like talking to people. And I feel like I don't want to talk to somebody who is in subspace or something like that. Okay, Miss Rebecca, you are a sub.
Yes.
Do you like having conversation when you're in subspace?
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
But when I come out of it, I need people to talk to me. I need I need to be talked down because I crash hard. So when I come out of it, because I have such an overacting brain, that when I come out of subspace, it's like literally coming off a cliff. Like
Yeah.
like I jumped out of an airplane and I'm about to hit the ground. So
Oh,
like I spiral.
see, I'm great at parties. If you put me in a party situation, I'm the guy who talks to everyone. I would just feel very weird talking to people at a
Bates, I
kink
see your
event. Like,
question. I will answer it when we're in a place that I'll answer it. I see it. I have opinions.
yeah, go ahead. No, actually, answer it. Yeah, here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
This is a group chat
This was
thing.
our live thing in group chat. Yeah, so we can bounce around a
We
little
all
bit.
were talking. I didn't. That
We
was like.
lo-
Okay.
Commercial
Bates.
break for
It.
me numbing.
Okay. Corsets over or under. It's honestly because corsets are so versatile. It depends on what you were doing with them. Like if I were wearing one to a sex party, I would probably go with an underbust because a bit like with a bra, because the girls will probably eventually come out at some point. But I do like the overbust because you can wear them with so much more things and you can wear them out. Um, but that's the beauty of corsets. Whatever. I actually didn't like underbusts for a very long time. Just oh, okay. Hold on, my cat's being stupid. Um,
control
just
your
because
pussy while you're talking on the
I'm
stream.
trying. I'm trying. Just because I liked the support of overbusts. I didn't have to worry about what bra I was wearing, how the shirt fit underneath or whatever. But I've actually gotten to a lot of underbusts, and I think that they're beautiful. I think they're actually a little bit more comfortable. It just really buy a couple, and they're it's like a pair of pants. They're all different. You can have the sweetheart, you have the straight line, you have the underbust that are just straight, you have the ones that are pointed. It all depends on what you're comfortable with. Like if we live closer, I'd let you wear all of mine because I have all sorts of different kinds. And they all feel different. They all move differently. So find a couple that you think that you would enjoy wearing, that you would feel good and look in, sort of what you're looking for. I would also be very pay attention to how much they take in. I have some that are they cinch your waist 4 inches that are called your waist trainers, and then I have some one that are just meant to be shirts that are like just a couple inches. So that's also a very important thing because it all depends on the look of the corset. So
Mm-hmm.
I have hardcore like PVC, and I also have the pretty lacy kind. Like, what's in your bucket today? So, yeah, and it all like Mama Boo's right. It all depends on what you like and what you're comfortable in.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And also, yes,
Absolutely.
pink under corset with a spiky or fancy bra is great on you. And yes, also
Yes.
perk.
I was about to say, Tinkerspell, you're doing a good job. That is a good thing. I am 100% for I love corsets. Corsets are one of my like weaknesses, and it is under the unders are great if you have like a really kick-ass bra. If you don't, full corset, way to go in like my book. But I think it's honestly just how confident you feel wearing that sucker for how long you're going to be wearing it. Like for an event like Purgatory, there is a lot. It's not just a kink party. There's also dancing. Like Purgatory has everything. It's not your typical kink party. It is a party with kink. Now, Shep, is there a lot of dancing? Yeah, Pacey's work too. Yeah, that actually fair enough. Shep, is there dancing at
One of
your
the
kink parties?
requirements of purgatory, in fact, pasties, because you cannot
Mm-hmm.
expose nipplage at the purgatory event. So be very careful with the rules and laws of the area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, be if your kink party is at a public event, I mean a public venue, which usually I'm pretty pro on public venues because, like I said, it's a not somebody's basement. Nothing wrong with being somebody's basement. I'm just saying if it's your first time and you don't know these people, if I were to like, yo, you want to come to my basement? I'm having a kink party.
Yes, some other things that I would say can distinguish the different parties is the layout, the setup, of course. If you're going in and it is some single dank basement room with a little bit of music and some stroby lights, maybe not so much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, that could be great for the small little tightly knit group of gnome people and such,
Yeah, if
but
you're into like group activities, a basement is fine. If you all know each other and you're like, let's do this. I got a basement, but you know the
well,
guy, and you're like, I'm pretty cool with that dude. I'll go fuck him in his basement.
well, I can't say no basements, Buttercup, because I mean, parties some of the ones I've been to, the basement is very well done, especially
Mm-hmm.
if people go through all the effort to set up not only different sexual areas, um, some very specific to scenarios, and some wide open, like maybe a pitch black room, like literally made and designed to be pitch black to where anything happens. So whatever touches, and everything else. It's so kind of a no visual, no consequences, feel yourself around scenario, which is can be adventurous.
So what you're
Not for
saying
me.
is let's play a strong game of turn off the lights and play who's in my mouth.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Hey, listen, I'm down for it. I just need to know what we're playing.
but also I'm really appreciative of people that go through the effort to set up other scenarios, like, say, for instance, if there's a dungeon, that they have an adjoining little area called the aftercare area, where the rules are no sexual conduct in this aftercare area. It is specific for people that have had these, flogging or dom sub scenarios, and then you have that aftercare area to relax and recover from it.
Mm-hmm. And
That, that I was just saying that is a lot of forethought, and I can appreciate those extra bits of attention.
so not only is there no sex in the champagne room, there is no sex in the aftercare room.
Aftercare room.
Is there champagne in the aftercare room? Can we do champagne in the aftercare room?
Yes, well, mostly ones I've been to, there was kind of no drinks in the area, but that's a
Yeah.
per party per hosting um, people choice in those cases.
And Saruk, that's what we're kind of talking about now is like club versus home. We're saying like um depending on the location, venue is very important, and how the venue is laid out and who is running the venue because there are many things you have to worry about when doing a type of event like this. The amount of people, the hygiene of the not people of the people, but of the event because, like I said, sexual transmitted diseases are a thing, and if you just have semen lying around, you have to have people who come by and what we call the bucket crew.
Come by your face, come by your what?
Hmm. Come by everything if you're not worried. So you want to make sure that whatever venue you choose, it could be someone's house. It could, it very well could be. I've known people to run sex parties out of their house. Uh, I have been to parties where half of it turned into a sex party. Me and Jeff have both been to those. It is absolutely a important thing to know the venue you're going to, regardless if it's a house or a club. Know the people hosting it and know what the rules are, and always have an out. I always highly recommend if this is the first time you've been to one of these events, don't go alone. Bring somebody with you. And I know a lot of people go, well, I want to meet somebody there, and that's okay. You don't have to bring a partner to do stuff with, but you need to bring an accountability buddy, someone who's going to be accountable for you, and you can be accountable for them. The buddy system, absolutely. I had a friend who was
Most
a
definitely.
part of the bucket crew. Said it paid a lot. Bucket crews do pay a lot.
Yeah, and when it comes to club versus someone's house, I've I think I've been in one scenario when it was at a club, which in the Bible Belt, honestly, you're not going to see many clubs that can really pull that off. Or public venues, I should say. But so more than likely, the parties of that nature around here will be in a more of a private residence. So that's
Mm-hmm.
where it's good to, some of these times we'll have your FetLife groups or your Facebook groups. That's how you start off. You can join into the group and gauge the level of responsibility and everything else from those interactions, especially if they do require the vetting scenario where people would maybe meet up publicly, maybe at a bar or just for a beer to hang out, get to know everybody. So they're doing the right thing by trying to make sure that the people that are just the sexual predators that are just out there to get laid, they're not out there for this comfort of the lifestyle that often goes with it. So that's
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
always important. But yeah, I'm always impressed with the fact of when you see a dungeon, but then you see also the aftercare area, and then maybe you see the other cuddle puddle area where it's literally that again, a sex sexual acts and sexual freedoms in many other areas, but this is another one where it's just a safe cuddle puddle, where it is literally a rule of no sexual stuff there.
And Kagome, to answer your question, you do have someone who would always want to go. I would be your accountability buddy. I would go and make sure you were safe, absolutely. And I'm sure there are many people in our group in our community who would absolutely be your accountability buddy. I want to cuddle puddle. That does sound awesome. But we would absolutely make sure that anybody in our community, Dixie King, especially if you're local, 100%, we would be. I can tell you right now, I will be accountability buddy for anybody who is local to the area you want to go because, like I said, that gives me a reason to go. I may not have to participate or do anything there, and I'm fine with that. Being an accountability buddy is still an absolute great reason to go. So always
Mhm.
count me in for that.
Yeah, and well, I'll give a little more personal preference of my
I
experiences at these
accountability
parties
buddy.
before we take a commercial break to our toy corner.
We are about to do the toy corner.
Yep, and then we'll go back into it. But as far as my personal preferences and enjoyments at these parties, because the parties I go to are heavily sexually geared, not as much fetish and BDSM stuff, though there's a lot of it there. So you'll often find me in the dungeon area or the aftercare area or maybe even the cuddle puddle area. Not so much the other ones personally. And the DM
Hmm.
aspect and what all that kind of goes into, maybe we'll cover after our commercial break toy review.
Actually, after the course break, we have another subject we're going to talk about.
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
Well, then
Yeah,
Shep needs to finish his topic then.
yeah.
Oh,
We can
okay.
finish. We can finish this, and we can do the toy review because I'm excited about the toy review. Even though when we said toy review, Rebecca looked terrified for a second, like she hadn't done one. But I know she would not have reviewed a toy. No one not masturbates for a week.
But as far as the
Unless it's
question
Lent.
of the dungeon master, it it is actually how one of the functions I do at these events in order to get in for free. And yes, a lot of these times there usually is a fee you have to pay. Just accept the fee, people,
Yeah.
because that goes towards all the effort to clean up, sometimes the snacks and some drinks supplied, but a lot of the other supplies, like most of the rooms having big old bowls of condoms and stuff like that, those aren't free. And all this other cleanup and prep. So, but as for the DM,
Fees
what that
vary in
is,
price, Kagome.
yes,
It just depends
dispersal
the
on the
event.
party. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And though it
also,
will usually be listed on the event before you go how much the fee is. Hey, great big bear.
yeah, and there's many, like I said, this people that are just in it to try to get laid. Like they're not going to bring anybody, they're alone, so they're just looking to get a hookup. They're usually less inclined to try to get there if there's a fee. They're like, I don't want to pay for it. But where was I? Oh yes, DMing. So dungeon master in this case is not the roll of a dice and controlling a fantasy. Well, actually, that's not true. Controlling the fantasy is part of it too sometimes. But it's less doing things. Like I would not be giving floggings or anything else. I would just be. It would be somebody monitoring the actions of everyone else there. So everyone else's interactions, whether they're doing flogging sessions, play sessions, spank sessions, over spanking with whatever, and just making sure everyone is being safe. The receiver is, enjoying it. They're receiving that full consent, like everything's given. Normally, at personal events, depending on the personal event, of course, but this one I attend, there's not a situation where there's a lot of blood play. So if a flogging session or impact session is close to where it might draw blood, or if it immediately draws blood, that's a stop right there. So it's like a room monitor, just a safety monitor. That's what the dungeon master role is in this case. It's not really playing, it's more ensuring safety of everyone, both givers and receivers.
They are the shepherds of the flock.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm. Imagine that, Chef being DM.
Catch me in those DMs. Hmm
Yeah.
hmm
We absolutely take this serious, Mr. Nylon. I mean, that's probably what one of the reasons we started this podcast was not just because
Hmm.
we like being funny when it comes to kinks or we like talking kinks, but we wanted to impress the safety of all kinks. You know, any episode we talk about, even the episode that comes out tomorrow, we had a whole section on how to do the kink safely. Every kink that we do, consent is 100% very important. It's the number one most important thing, followed by communication and just mutual respect. Because you can, still honor consent and not be respectful about it. Like, well, fuck you for not doing that. That's not respectful. Be respectful. Um, and no king shaming,
No cake
unless that's your kink.
hmm hmm
Then we'll king shame you, you dirty, dirty boy.
shaming.
So, we have any more about sex parties, audience? If you guys have any more questions about sex parties, or Miss Rebecca, do you have any questions for sex parties?
How do you find these things? How do you find them?
Various forms, everywhere from FetLife. We know we're a huge fan of FetLife here. There is an event section. If you look under, you can Google towns. I mean, not Google towns, but you can search for locations on FetLife and find events listing. So events in that area will be listed there. Your Facebook groups, you can search Facebook. There are many, many, many kink groups that are local.
I, I'm listening.
Purgatory
Keep
has a
going.
website.
I need some. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're gonna
and
go
some of
grab
the,
something real quick.
I guess, yeah, munches, stuff like that, and I think
Mm-hmm.
some of the best ways to stumble across these types of parties or venues is by being invited or informed about them by someone that you actually know as a friend or an acquaintance that kind of brings you into it. Because sure, you can come across an endless supply of them, Facebook, FetLife, but how do you know you can trust them? I mean, if you're going in blind without any kind of someone that you know in there, then that can be a little, I would say, dangerous, but you want to be extra safe with those things. With me, I never trusted any of them unless really it was a friend of mine that talked about it or invited me to this thing. Then I know that someone I personally knew had actual experience with this particular scenario.
I like to go to the mall or the bus stop and just yell, "I like kinky shit. Anybody else like kinky shit?" And usually, if security doesn't catch me first, I meet somebody, and it's pretty great.
I feel like that's
So just
appropriate.
go.
But
Yeah.
yes, munches are a good one too when you don't know somebody because the munches are very public, so you're getting a first-hand experience in a safe public scenario to get a feel for the people instead.
Mhm. Meeting in public and first is always a great thing to do, and I highly recommend doing exactly that.
And another good sign of a good one is that no one is trying to really pull you into them or pressure you to go to them. They're
Yeah.
just you can come if you like, talk, meet people, or get a lot of information of it, but if you feel no pressure about going to said event at any point in time, that says a lot about the particular event.
Absolutely. The only time you won't firm yet steady pressure is during sex, butt sex,
Yes.
circular motion.
Yes.
Much for a Charlotte group, then join their Discord. Not many events there though. Yeah, I will say, we for events we live in a weird time of COVID, and even though it is wrapping up, knocking on that wood, and we're getting back to doing social events. Events will come and grow because people do are excited to get back out and experience stuff like that. So, like I said, patience. Being kinky, especially in a group setting and event setting, is all about patience. And again, the lack of pressure and there are events going on out there. Like I said, Purgatory is coming back. So there will be more public events, and when we have more information, we are in fact sponsored by Purgatory. So they will be offering some sponsored content here. I know because I have been tasked with making said sponsored content. So they will absolutely be some sponsored and information contests, and we will be giving away free passes on this live stream. So that will
And
be
yes,
fun.
yes, Mom, but that's another good point of if it's acceptable that, if you go to these things and you end up just hanging out in said closed or common area to chat, and if there's ever like a requirement that clothes have to come off if you attend said event, then that's the immediate red flag, I would say.
Hmm.
Because when you get there, it's all the ones that I've actually participated in so far. Luckily, everything's been acceptable. You can interact a little. You can just hang out and chat, or you can dive right into him or her, and it's
Hmm.
all good.
Or they and them.
Yes, yes.
Uh, Absolutely, yeah. There's
Or first one, then the
if they're
other.
saying you have to be nude, don't go. I mean, you're not going to catch me at one where you have to be nude at because what's the fun in that? I like certain clothing items, and if you can't wear them there, well, fuck you, buddy. I ain't going to your thing. I'm gonna hold two things in my hand and just be like, I'm nude. I'm nude. I'm here. I'm nude. I'm nude. I'm nude. I'm nude. I'm nude. I'm nude. I'm
No,
nude.
you'll
I'm
never be
nude.
nude. If you ever go to one, I see you being like almost completely naked except for your fanny pack. Your fanny pack would never come off.
Thanks, Shep, for giving
Micro
me
P
that
fanny packs
idea.
now available in the store. Yeah, absolutely. Now I want to go to a kink party just so I can wear the fanny pack.
With
All
holes
right,
in it.
guys. I think that's pretty good. We did good. We did a good
You did
job
a good
talking about
job,
kink
Chef.
parties. You did a good job. So you were all nervous about talking,
Yeah, and you
and
were
you
so
were so
informative.
informative.
Like, yeah, it was.
Aren't I
It's,
always? It's
you are.
inherently a thing.
You are.
I'm more comfortable doing, not speaking.
Yeah, you did a great job speaking though. That was doing. You did speak. You do speak.
Yeah.
Without further ado, we have
We
my
don't have
favorite
time. We
subject.
only have 11 minutes left. There's no time.
No,
Do
we
it.
don't
There's no
stream for an
time.
hour.
Do
We
it.
usually we usually stream for about an hour and a half to 2 hours with Things with Kinks.
Yeah.
The past two episodes have been an hour and a half or more.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Do you not want to do a tour review? Are you telling the
No, I
audience
do. I do.
that literally just went crazy when I said toy earlier?
Okay, I do have a toy. I do have a toy to
Oh,
review.
see, Tink
So
said make
make
times.
time.
Yeah, we make time.
Do it for the
There is
kink.
no time
Kink.
limit on a Things with Kinks stream.
Okay, okay. I have a do. Rebecca's review. We want toys. Oh, don't we all? Say it says the toy wasn't good. No, actually, it was good. So I almost sort of hate to admit this, but so I was thinking about what toys to review, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, well, several of the toys are very similar, and I can like I can go down into the nuances of brands, but I was like, since we're still just starting up the live stream thing, but I was trying to think of toys that I didn't have, and I after all these years, I had never purchased a wand. and it's almost like it's like the whole yeah, exactly. I know that's why I was like, okay. I
What's your favorite book
I
series and movie series? Just go ahead. Just unrelated question. What favorite book movie series is your favorite? Could you go ahead and tell us that? Just
it's Harry Potter.
okay, fair enough. Continue.
So I went to my local adult store and I said, okay, I I was standing at the wand wall, which is sort of like the dong wall. Like there's like always like the wall of dongs, like literally all shapes and sizes and colors, and then there's the wall of wands. And I was like, "What? Yes."
Oh, I want you to, for our male audience who may be unfamiliar with female toys, explain to us what a wand is.
It looks like I went and got mine. I
Yeah,
got the
you can show
wand.
that a
So
wand is something that you can show.
this is my wand. This is the one I got.
When
It's
I
like a
was a kid, we
massager.
were called. Yeah, when I was a kid, we were told that those are neck massagers. Like when I found my
Yes. Well,
mom.
they were neck. They were. These are not no longer your mama's neck massager, which is what this whole toy bred from. Is there was a big ass neck massager that ended up women bought a lot, and here we are.
I
So
thought
I
those were
went
to
to.
help ease lockjaw.
Hmm.
Vibrate the muscles, relax a little bit.
To the point it can't be changed when it.
Hold on for a second. I'm refreshing your cache. There you
Cha-ching.
go.
Am I
Now you're
frozen?
good.
Am
Yeah,
I
yeah. You were
frozen?
frozen for a second. I
Okay.
fixed you.
Was I holding the one?
No, I got you. I got you holding the wand.
She disappeared. All right. So I went and they were talking through. I didn't want one of the big because you can get them the size of somebody's forearm. Your mama's wand, the one that like has a plug and is like industrial strength, and then you can get like the little pocket ones that are like
And
this big. When I say a wall of wands, I am not kidding. It is an entire wall of wands, and I'm standing there, and I am like on a kink
Wait, what
podcast.
was the
And so
name of
I
the? What was the
Hitachi,
name of
the mighty
the
wand.
wand store? The wand store in Harry Potter.
Ollivanders.
Ollivanders. Was it like Ollivanders up in there, but for your
It
vagina?
it felt like it a little bit. You had the dongs on one wall and the wands on the other. I don't know what it is. So I asked. I was standing there and I was like, okay, I want a medium sized wand. I just want. And so she was
What was the
showing me all
core
these.
of it?
Oh my
I'm sorry.
fucking god!
I'm going to Harry Potter the shit out of this. I'm so sorry.
Was it triple A's
This
or
store is
D
actually quite
core?
big. The store is actually quite big. It's and they actually started. They redid the interior, and so there's actually a kink section now, which is why I like going there. They have like poles and
I see
swings
words.
and different variety of poles and floggers, and they have like an entire section. So that's why I enjoy going there. I it's they keep up to date with the trends of everything. So, comparing your wands to other wizards' wand. Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I know I've started this trend and I am zero regrets on it.
And that is why I was like, fucking. Okay. So anyway,
Yeah.
I literally looked
I
at
see your
her.
trepidation.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I literally looked at her and said, "What do you recommend?" She was in this. She goes, "The Wanda." It is literally called the
Oh,
Wanda. It is the Wanda
Does it give the
by
good vision?
Vito. Oh, must be
I
Nate. Your
would,
wand is a sibling
I
of
would have,
yours.
I would assume like a one called Wanda would be more shaped like a fish.
Yeah. Or
Oh
it would give
my.
you the true vision.
Um. So here is why I actually like I chose this one. I was actually looking at this one before she came over, and the reason I got this one is it's not. It wasn't crazy colored. It isn't hard plastic. It's made of silicone. It's like literally covered in silicone. Um, It has like 10 different settings, and it actually has a travel so it has a travel safety. So like you press it for the button and it doesn't accidentally go off. Like like the struggle is real. Sometimes you're like things start. Oh, night, Mama Boo.
Hi, Mama Boo.
So I chose this one and I tested it out, and it's actually it's really good. I like it. I think it's great. You can actually find it on Amazon. You for about $50 less than I paid for it, so it's actually relatively and it's great. And this company actually has a year long return policy, like a guarantee. So as long as you keep your receipt, even like whatever, if something malfunctions in the first year, regardless of what it is, you can send it in and they'll return it. Like they'll be like, okay, and replace it. What is this? Look, what is happening? What is what?
A Thatcher just broke into my room. He's been outside the entire time since we started recording. There has been a cat outside my window, and the cat just bolted in. He's just like, "Sup, bitch? I've been sleeping outside."
I was just thinking
I
of
was-
the state of returned goods in some scenarios. That's all. No.
yeah.
Gomi wants to know price.
If it breaks, because it's actually on Amazon, it's $78. Which is this is really high quality. I would actually think which is less than what I paid for it. It is waterproof, fully submerged. You can like completely submerge it into water, which is a very important thing for some women.
Great for bubble baths.
So squirting safe. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, squirting
Squirt
safe,
safe.
shower safe, bath safe. I think that this is a great. I think the wand is very versatile. I can understand why it's a good starter toy. It's not intimidating as like it's really not. Like I mean, it's not like some big dildo that like you wave around. Like it's not
Stop
intimidating.
not
It's not.
selling me on this because I want the dildo, the wave around. I
Oh,
want to
you
be
want the
like,
waving around?
Legardio vaginiosus.
Never mind, children come in. But here's what it looks
That
like.
sounded like a sexual. That sounded like a sexual disease. What I just
So
said.
and it's not that large, and it's great. It's a great versatile toy. The only drawback is it's actually quite intense. The vibration is intense. And for me, though that is great for a short period of time, it actually is quite uncomfortable after a little bit. I love the
Okay.
settings and I love it. And I honestly, if for a quick orgasm, I think this would be my go-to. But if it was something I wanted to enjoy, if it wasn't like if I wanted to go for a little bit and actually enjoy like if I wanted to like come and go, like this would probably be it. This would be my come and go toy. But I think vibrations for me, the vibration is like a little too intense. So yeah.
Mitch and I had a great comment. The toy is too Chad. Just come and go.
Just coming.
It's too Chad. Mr. Allen, you win comment of the night.
But yeah,
Right
We
there.
do.
That's-
I like it. See,
that's
and
comment of the night.
Kagome, but here's the thing: is that's my body. This is my body. Some women actually go numb with vibration, which is why the clit suction toys have become really popular because they thought that they couldn't orgasm and enjoy masturbation because the vibration was too intense for them. And I like this toy. I really do. I give it a 4 out of 5 floggers. I think honestly, it is one of those. It's the Honda. It's the Honda of sex toys. I think like it's not super super cheap, but it's not super super expensive, and it's reliable. It gets the job done, and it looks nice. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's just right. I feel like that's what this toy is. So
Now let me ask you a question. That seems like a very fun toy to play like couple play
yes,
because the one thing like I love bringing toys in the bedroom when when you're with a partner, but like the problem with like dildos and stuff like that, and I always tell people I can't feel where the toy is. if that makes sense. Like I can't feel the toy. Like I feel the toy in my hand, but I don't know if I am hitting your vagina at all because I can't feel through the toy. So I feel like a wand is a very broad, outwardly, toy that you can play with couple play because that is probably one of my biggest concerns when you're using toys in the bedroom is if I'm looking at you in your face and all that, and I'm just like we're playing with the toy, I don't I could be on your thigh for all I know. And like a wand seems like it's a very versatile toy for like couple play.
The Honda of sex
Uh,
toys. Yes.
the
But I did enjoy this toy for the fact this I was sort of like one of those, just sort of like with my dildo. I was like, I have all these fancy toys, but I don't have the basics. I don't have the basics, and I feel like a wand of any sort. Now you don't have to get this one. There are like I said, a wall of wands. Like there are wands that are literally you can fit in your back pocket. Like um
Yeah, and back in the day, one of the most highly advertised or the one that was in the spotlight, all the porn stuff was the Hitachi because
right.
it was the strongest, the beast mode one. But I mean, honestly, I would tell everybody do not start with the Hitachi because it is again super beast mode, and for some people, more sensitive females, it could be like touch too much. No,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean it's almost like it's overly saturated and advertised on porns, but it honestly can be too much, almost torture. So
Mhm.
start off low, and if the at the highest setting it doesn't quite get you going, then move up a little bit because yeah, that vibration level can be too much, and it can be desensitizing to a female's anatomy.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah. Like when I got finished using it, I was like, yeah, it was great. Yeah, I was like, ooh. And but then it like I was numb a little bit. Like
Mm.
and mine's not even that it's not super strong. Like so so I decided I was like, oh, I probably for my toy box, I probably need to have the basics. And so I decided this week I would go get a wand. And I was like, I knew the moment I would bring up the toy I'm reviewing is the wand. I was like, John was gonna hop all up on that.
Oh, you know
But
I
he wants to hop
Vidu,
on a
mean, you're not
wand.
wrong.
yeah, I like I
How
don't know how you say it. Vedu, Vedo. I think I like the toys that come from this company. I really do. I think that they're slick. I like the feel of their silicones. So yeah, it's one of the brands I sort of prefer.
All right. All right. So Kagome was right. We do need a. What is it rate on the flogger system?
A
How many
four.
She did a
floggers do
4
you
out of
rate this?
5.
I did a four
Yeah,
out of
she's
A
five floggers.
45.
yeah.
Okay.
And I will
Yeah.
say,
Cool deal.
you know, the focus has been on the female anatomy with this one, but with males, I'm sure vibration, whether a little bit internal or just external, with the power of this vibration, I'm sure there can be an enjoyable or um, some kind of sensation effect.
Good night,
Not that I
Tinker
know,
Spell.
but still, I'm sure it's possible.
Yeah. I am like Rebecca. Vibration after a bit gets me numb. The one thing I hate like using vibrating toys like on my partner is my hand goes numb and I don't like the feeling of it. Like holding a like if it's hard
Stranger
vibrating for a
danger.
long time on my hand, yeah, it makes my hand go numb and I'm like so that's good. All right. Guys, I have a crazy announcement.
No.
So I
Oh.
want to take you guys back. Oh, okay, you guys are about Kagoma, you're about to get a taintful of honesty because I'm about to take you guys back to a day before Dinks with Kinks, back to a day before there was Dondero streams. I started my kink journey being a fetish film producer as a bondage photographer, and I used to produce all kinds of bondage clips and all that using a site called Clips for Sale. Um, and
My
I have
partner
just
is one of them that experienced that.
Hmm. For the longest
Sometime.
time, people who have known me for a long time, I used to own a site called Devil Clown Productions, which was named after my email address that I got when I was in high school because Chewbacca 789 was taken. And so it's whatever Yahoo recommended. And I said, fuck it, I'll use it. And then when they asked for a company name, I was like, we'll go Devil Clown, comedy, tragedy, and we'll do fetish clips. And I used to produce both quicksand and vor videos. I don't know how many people here were familiar with that. Mr. Allen, he knew that site. Woo! That was me. Totes me. I started Double Clown Productions, did quicksand and did vor for the longest time. And until recently, I had retired. I was living that simple life. Um, I know of vor and quicksand.
That simple peen life.
And Moonhouse is a big fan.
Oh,
So
What?
Thatcher!
Oh, the cat.
Thatcher!
Oh,
Thatcher!
cat.
Cat
Over your
on your
shoulder.
TV!
Thatcher gets on my TV way too much.
Wow.
Thatcher, we have a rule. You're allowed on everything but the TV.
He's like, fuck you.
Wow.
Do you know how many times he scares the hell out of me? I'm just waiting for that TV to smash. Anyway, so I retired for personal reasons. I took a long hiatus. I am back. I have decided that it is time to unretire. So I want to announce the start of DCP Vor and More, which is a fetish clip store. Yeah, DCP, Double Clown Productions. I'm retiring the name, so I'm building a new logo. But it's DCP Vor and More. And we start back production on Sunday. So I'm back, baby. And I'm excited. I haven't done it for so long. It has been literal years. And his partner, Chef's partner, was actually one of my models. And it was funny. It's because it's the first time she ever wore a pair of pantyhose for a shoot. And probably the most joy I've ever had was watching her put on a pair and just being like, it was like watching a toddler do it. It was the most humorously fun thing because I had a blast doing those videos because being a vor producer, literally in my closet right there, right in that door is a giant Muppet plant. Yes, it will be exciting. A giant Muppet plant, and it's the silliest production you could ever have, and it's so much fun. So I'm excited.
Yay, congratulations. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be so much fun. Billy, that's right. Moonhouse knows the name of the plant. We named the plant Billy Bob Thornhead. You want to know who named the plant? And
Okay.
those who are fans of the stream are going to get a kick out of this. Jay, Tainted Jay
Okay.
from Twitch.
I knew it.
Yeah, he was the
Of course you
puppeteer
did.
for many, many years. So, and his ex-wife was a model on the site too. Because, like I said, when you're doing fetish production, there's a lot of like making professional models and whatnot. And I don't believe in professional models. They're great. I love them to death, and they're fun. But we always had the most fun. Is especially with this fetish. This fetish was so fun and silly. We just got our friends to do it. Billy eats. Billy do eat.
Billy Do.
So,
Billy Do Williams.
so it's not an OnlyFans, but it's the next best thing. And you might see me on there a couple times because we're gonna also be doing quicksand stuff when the weather warms up again. So we're gonna be doing a lot of fun shit.
I'm so proud of you. That's awesome.
Yay. And so I absolutely, once we start production, I want to do an episode of the live stream about creating fetish content and like what goes into like the legal stuff. So can we talk about that next week and like let our audience just come up with 1,000 questions? And we're going to cover like the legal stuff, how to market, how to find, places to advertise, stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be
That would be a
great.
lot of fun.
I mean, that would be fun.
That would be so much fun. So, woo, hopefully, and we will also be releasing classic stuff. Like I'm going back and re-editing all my old shit and re-releasing them in like super high quality. Now that I actually know what the fuck I'm doing.
Ew.
Mm.
Okay. All right. All right.
25%. Don't
Take
forget
a
the
moment with the
honesty,
honesty.
Irene. I mean, I gave honesty. I told the whole story how I used to be a fetish producer and had a lot of fun, and then I'm touching my tank now. So I used to create fetish content. I was the largest vor producer in the world, except for one woman named Galia. And you want to know her? Okay, painful honesty. Fun story. The second largest producer of war content was a woman named Galia, and we met at a sci-fi convention in South Carolina by accident. She came to my table, like we were bumping the table. We ran in the same circles. We didn't know that. We didn't know we knew each other. Like I was figuring, another content producer, they have to be like somewhere in California or some shit like that, New York or somewhere famous. And I'm in this like podunk convention doing a film premiere, and this woman walks up and she's talking to me, and she sees one of the logos from our fetish production at the time at my table, and she goes, I know this place. And I went, wait a minute. How do you know this place? Wait a minute. I recognize your face. And then I realized that, we were both from the same area producing vor content. So literally my main competition was literally a stone's throw away. And then we had the biggest laugh about it.
And where did your content recently show up on?
So I got sent an article today, Cosmopolitan, the magazine Cosmo, did a whole article of weird fetishes, like weird things that you would not think is fetishes, which we started, by the way. Sorry, we did it before them. And quicksand was one of the things on there, and the link they had for it was the very first fetish video I ever did in my entire life, Crystal in Quicksand. And if you look that up on YouTube, if you just type Crystal Quicksand, you will find this clip because it is the most thing. And I was just like, them motherfuckers. No one asked me about this. I was pretty okay with it though.
Oh, we got some Big Bear redemptions.
Big Bear, you getting that praise? Big Bear. You the biggest bear I know. I'm into it. Am I the only one doing praise for Big Bear? Cool. All right.
Oh, I didn't know it was like I didn't know we're all supposed to do it. Like
We
usually
were
only
doing
you
it for
do
other
it.
people. No, Shep did it last.
Oh,
Shep's been doing them
okay.
too.
I try.
He does. He tries.
Um. Great Big Bear, you're such a good boy. You keep up the good work. You keep your eyes up. You keep smiling. Good job. What? I just, you guys just look like I just like hit you. What happened?
No, nothing. No, it wasn't. It was her name was Gaia. Gaia, Gaya. So, all right, this is about wrapping up the stream, but we want to know if we have any broad kink questions from our audience, things that you want us to talk about, or see in a future episode, or you have questions now that we can answer about anything we talked about tonight. Now is the time to get all of them questions out while we wrap up our stream.
I thought.
You're always welcome, Gravy Bear. That's the one thing. I only leave a couple of rewards open on Dinks with Kink streams, and to get praise and to make me take it are two of the ones. And Flirty, always leave those open.
talk dirty to me.
Let me think of a good one. Hold on. You know that scene in Jurassic Park where the dinosaur jumped on the raptor jumped on the T-Rex and he was all like, "I'm gonna get you," and he takes the raptor and slings him through uh the bones. I want to bone you like that raptor got boned. I mean, it was a stretch, but I got there.
You did get there. I'm proud of you. Good job, buddy. Good job.
Rawr. I'm a
Click
dinosaur.
on these.
I'm a T-Rex.
Let's
Rawr.
see if I do a thing. What's this one? I'm gonna close my eyes and click on one of them. What is it?
Close your eyes.
I picked one of the random things. I have like thousands of points, but I've never clicked on a thing.
I have
Alright, here we go.
59,000 points, Shep. How many do you have?
Oh, hold on. You're spelling Crystal wrong.
Only 8,000 after I dumped a whole bunch into his Skyrim thing.
I sent a whole bunch of this card just to get rid of some. I was like, I got
Like 20,000 or so? Yeah.
Which I am still working. I got the costume for the Skyrim stream. I am still setting that up. We had some house stuff I was potentially moving, so I was like trying to balance it out. But the Skyrim 12-hour stream is coming. I'm working on some hijinks for that. I want to make sure it's thoroughly planned out. I want to make sure this Skyrim stream is epic because it's 12 hours to me playing Skyrim. I've got to get some stuff to make it entertaining. But my friend did loan me
into the VR Skyrim.
What is Quicksand? Quicksand is. Am I gonna have to explain? Go to what episode is that? Do we talk Quicksand? 4?
It was one of the way early ones, yeah.
It was one of
Yeah,
the way
'cause it's
earlier
before me.
ones.
I think it's 4.
All right, go to Dinks with Kinks, anywhere you enjoy podcasts, and we talk about in great length what the quicksand fetish is. And I think I did a rather good job. It was unfortunately. Wait, what about the shout out? I talked about that. I talked about the Cosmopolitan shout out. It was cool. They talked about me. It was all right.
Not you specifically, but they
It was
called
not
all
you
right.
specifically.
Christian.
It was all right.
Shut up. I'm proud of you.
Unfortunately, it was one of the episodes before Miss Rebecca joined, so it was not as good as our current ones.
Oh, it was so
it's still pretty
good.
good.
It was a good episode.
It's you a good episode.
Bitch, you a good episode.
It was a good episode. But absolutely go look up the Quicksand Fetish. It's a fun one. It's one that I personally have. I love it. I was under the water. Well, you shouldn't be underwater during streams. Ooh, wait. Underwater during stream. Yeah, it works. That math works.
You can be underwater.
You ever
during
lost any
streams, just don't
models in
cross the
quicksand?
streams.
No, actually.
You can hear all about that in the episode. You have to go to the episode. I learned a ton. Go to the episode.
Just look up Kinks for the audio episode. Where do they go? Yeah, whoops. I lost you. But yeah, absolutely go listen to that episode. It's a fantastic episode. I'm going to look up what number it is. You guys talk among yourselves while I look up episodes.
But John, where's my tank?
Yes.
Where's my tank full?
Oh, you want taintful honesty? Okay, I'm
I
going to
redeem
all right.
my points.
You guys talk. Let me find the episode, and then I'll do a taintful honesty.
Hi, Chef. How are you, sweetie?
Doing well. Without tainting, you can give me some taint honesty. Taintful.
I
No one wants to be honest with me.
Okay, you want me to be
It's
honest?
episode 8.
No. Episode 8.
Focus.
What was 4 then?
4 was Findom. No, wait. 4 was PVC and leather with Auntie Amy. PVC.
Auntie Amy.
Our first 10 episodes were Introduction to Bondage, which we still need to do a full bondage episode.
Because I'm learning Shibari.
Yep. Episode 2 was Giantess Fetish with
Miss Kania.
Yeah.
Kanita.
Kania. Oh,
I
such an
love
amazing
her. Oh, I
She
love
is
her.
amazing. Still posts like kick-ass content on Twitter. So then
Yes.
ball busting, that was a fun episode. PVC leather. Episode 5 was pantyhose and nylons, which was the most. It was the only episode Shep was not in. Shep was not in that episode.
That's right. Nev, right?
Nev, and then we had a
Nev
special
did that
guest,
one.
and we had the most. We learned what happens when Nev is not in an episode. I mean, when Shep's not in an episode, we have the worst technical difficulties we've ever had in an episode.
And the guest was like so irritated, like it was pretty bad.
No, the guest was very friendly about it. Just had no idea what was happening. Okay, my hand's been on my
We've come a
tank for
long
I,
way too
I
long.
forgot.
way.
I forgot what took me away from that episode.
I don't know.
Hmm.
It was back when we were live streaming them and we had a set time. We weren't
Ah,
like
yes,
pre-recording
yes, yes.
audio, so it was like we had to be there at a certain time to do the thing.
Do the
I
thing.
was there for that one. Mr.
Oh
Nyland, that
wow.
was one of his first streams he came in, participated in. Ooh, shameful honesty. Shit. What am I gonna be honest about? Uh, I mean, I don't have that much hidden on this stream. I've talked about having a quicksand fetish. I've talked about having a pantyhose fetish. I talked about doing fetish production. Ask me a question and I'll answer it honestly.
I
Ask
thought
me no
that
questions, I'll tell you no lies. I don't
Yeah.
know
I
where
thought it was a
it's like I
taintful
remember
of
watching a
honesty about me
creepy.
or something. I don't know.
Do you want a tameful honesty about you, Shep?
Wasn't it that? I forgot how that worked, but
No, tameful honesty is just a random honest fact about myself that I can't lie.
oh
I have to admit something. And it's hard to admit shit on this podcast when I've been so open.
yeah, that's true.
What
Man.
were you thinking when you had your best nut? Ooh.
Oh. Wow.
Ooh.
Nut and honey.
I'm going to eat waffles after this. Sadly, I'm not wrong. I'm really not wrong.
See, that's the thing is, that's why it's so great because you're not. I know, like I feel like.
I'm going to have waffles after this.
He had blue
Oh.
waffles.
Mm-mm. Blech. No. I had Belgian waffles.
Were they
'Cause
cute?
I were in a hotel.
Oh.
Best nut I ever had was in a hotel. It was a threesome. It was fantastic. I've
I
lived
love
an
you, John
interesting life.
Dondero.
That's all I'm going to say.
I know.
But all I knew was there were waffles involved afterwards, and it was.
It's awesome. I love.
Mhm.
Was there blueberries or strawberries on it?
Nope, just butter and syrup.
Just butter and syrup.
Good waffle doesn't need all the accoutrements. A good waffle just needs butter and syrup.
Accoutrement.
Accoutrement. All right. With that said, thank everyone for watching us live stream. Dinks with Kinks. My kid came home.
Ta-ta, good night.
Good night. Ta-ta, good night. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. This has been a great episode. Guys, I love doing these live streams. I love talking with the community. And stay tuned tomorrow night for Con Carolina's Television, where we're going to have a bunch of authors on there. It's going to be the Authors Alley, and they're going to be talking about all kinds of like books and how to write books and do stuff like that. That is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Sunday night, Blue Skirt Boy Gaming, and then we start Monday off right. Oh, no. You have a new podcast on Sunday. What is it? Pop Nana and Pep
Yeah,
Pep.
I just
What
realized you
time is
took
it?
my job. I was just sitting here thinking, and he was going through, and
No,
I went, wait,
I do
what?
it. You do it when you host,
Oh.
and I host Dinks with Kinks.
Mm.
Okay.
So tell us
No
about
turf wars, kids. Just
Yeah, we're not turf warding here, but tell us about your new
No.
podcast.
Actually, it sort of ties into kink. It is waking up with Nana and Pep Pep. We discuss It's me and our producer Sean, and we discuss growing up in a puritanical culture and how that affected us as adults, and how coming out of that and discovering ourselves later on in life, the trauma of that culture and the shame and the just the emotional and mental things that go along with that. And so there's a whole we have a whole spreadsheet. It's a lot of topics, a lot of things to cover. But a lot of it also ties into our kinks and sexual shame and relationships and how that affects how we view all of that. So yeah, that's on Sundays.
What time?
1 Eastern, noon Central Time.
And I posted a link to that channel right in the chat, so go check it out.
No excuses, Kagome. You can join us from your phone.
No, if you're doing LARPs and anime, you guys can watch this podcast. Things with Kinks Live
demand.
comes out on YouTube. It's on demand on Twitch and comes out on YouTube a week later. Like last week's episode just premiered on the YouTube channel at Dondero Streams, the Dondero Streams YouTube channel, so you can watch past episodes. Oh, hey, there's a Thatch. Who wants out of my room? So he's like, end your stream so I can get out. So yeah, tune in all this week for content. Monday with Thundering 101 at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central, and the Rooks Happy Hour at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 9:30, 8:30 times.
9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central.
And Thundering 101 is 8:30 Eastern, so whatever that time is Central. Thank you so much. I am your host, John Undera, and with me, as always, the very toyful and vibrant Miss Rebecca.
Good night, everyone.
And the king of ASMR, or soon will be the king of ASMR, Mr. Shep.
Till next time.
And audience, we love you. Always have consent. Always be kinky. You guys have a great night. Bye.